studio. We come to you live every weekday morning for Get Up from the New York Seaport District, brought to you by Chase. I am Greeny, delighted you are here. Tons of football to get into, all the NBA action from the weekend, including a significant injury that could change the entire balance of power in the Western Conference. And that's where it is going to begin. Let's roll the menu. Here we go. For hour number 2, we're getting up with AD ASAP. Trouble for LeBron's Lakers. If he's down, are they about to be out? We will start there. Meanwhile, this superstar expected to be dealt this week. Which team is a Julio away from winning the Super Bowl? And it is also a critical week for Aaron. We'll tell you one big reason to believe the leverage remains very much on his side. All that and more as we get up with you, starting right now. Game 4 yesterday, game of the night, Suns, Lakers, LeBron's Lakers looking to go up 3-1. Chris Paul talked his way into the starting lineup with an injury. Second quarter, Lakers a 2-point lead, and now we're running. Alex Caruso's going to throw it up, and oh, look at LeBron James throwing it down. So nice you have to see it twice. Markieff Morris says, I can't believe what I just saw. Look at LeBron going up, throwing it down with the athleticism, and the Lakers had the 2-point lead. But final minute of the half, here's where absolutely everything may have changed. Just watch Anthony Davis coming from the top of your screen. He goes up, he goes down, and I'm not sure when he's getting back up again. As we'll show you a closer look, he appears to land on DeAndre Ayton's foot, grabbing the left groin. He would leave, he would not return. We'll have an update from Woj in just a moment. To the third quarter we go. No Anthony Davis. I told you Chris Paul talked his way into the lineup, and he talked his way into a win. Look at Paul finding his space. Suns up 13. Lakers really struggled in the third quarter. They shot just 3 of 16 from the floor. And then in the fourth, they never really made that run. Look at the frustration on the face of LeBron, or at least in the body language, as Dennis Schroeder misses that layup, and then the other way we go. Here's Jay Crowder with a 3. LeBron had 25 points, 12 rebounds, but not enough. Suns win by 8. This series is all tied up at 2.
Well, I mean, it's next man up. And obviously, if he's not ready for game 5, it's going to be a tough blow for our ball club. But, next man up. And we've been like that all year. And, we're going to have to be like that in the hostile environment in game 5.
That all sounds good. Next man up until that man you're talking about is Anthony Davis. Now, the Lakers are 11-7 this year in games that LeBron plays and AD does not. But that does not tell the story. They were 1-6 in those games against teams that made the playoffs. Here's Woj with more on the injury to AD.
Lakers All-Star Anthony Davis' status for Tuesday's Game 5 against the Phoenix Suns is unclear, I'm told. He will be day-to-day with a groin strain. He suffered it Sunday in the Lakers' Game 4 loss to the Phoenix Suns. And now suddenly the Lakers tied it 2 with the Phoenix Suns in this series. Face the possibility of falling behind in this series. Chris Paul was rejuvenated Sunday in that Game 4 win. And now the Lakers, with the uncertainty surrounding Anthony Davis' status for Tuesday, they may rely even more on LeBron James to get them out of this first-round series with the Suns.
So much there as I bring Seth Greenberg back into the conversation. The scheduling of this also feels important. You heard him say Tuesday. They don't get an extra day to rest or anything like that. And so, Seth, for those who are just joining us, in your opinion, if Anthony Davis cannot play the rest of the way in what is now a best-of-3 in which Phoenix has home court advantage, what do you expect to happen?
I expect Phoenix to win the series, especially if Chris Paul obviously has to be healthy into that equation. But if you take away Anthony Davis, you take away one of the top 5 players in the NBA. You take away an elite defender. His guys that he defends shoot 38% from the field, 25 from the 3. A guy that can get to the foul line and obviously complement LeBron and take pressure off LeBron. The other thing I think the Lakers have to do is Montrezl Harrell, where is he? He was 6th man of the year a year ago. All right, he can't even get in a game. To me, Gasol, Harrell, they have to play if the Lakers are going to have a chance. But right now, if you look at the makeup of this Lakers team, and we didn't even mention Caldwell Pope, because that's another guy on that team that's an elite defender and a shot maker that they're missing.
So let's look at this from a LeBron James standpoint. If indeed they're going to do this without Anthony Davis, he is going to be, you just heard Woj say, they're going to need even more from him. What will LeBron have to do if AD isn't out there to get his team through this round?
He's going to have to dominate the ball on both sides. I mean, he's going to be a point forward. He's got to play the 4, and he's got to attack downhill. He can't settle to shoot jump shots. The ball's got to start and end in his hands. He's got to get paint touches. He's got to get to the rim. Every defensive rebound's got to be a push and an attack. And then he's got to surround himself with some guys that can take pressure off of him defensively. But LeBron, look, he's done it before. But this team that he's doing it with and the team he's doing it against is a little bit different. This is not 30-year-old LeBron James or 32-year-old LeBron James. The amount of pressure that's going to be put on him, and I understand the record that's at stake, but I'm not sure the complementary players will enable him to be who he needs to be against a very good Suns team.
We will see. Again, this thing turns around quickly. They play tomorrow night in Phoenix. Seth Greenberg, outstanding. Thank you. Stephen A. will join us a little later this hour with his perspective as well. We'll talk about someone who knows how to make those Hawks and Knicks. And there's Trae Young with a hoodie that says, "Can't believe you doubted me." And he left no doubt yesterday. For the second straight game, the Hawks exploding in the third quarter. This one was close at halftime, and it wasn't by the time Trae Young and company got done with the third. Look at the moves there. The Hawks just pulling away as he makes the move on Reggie Bullock. You see the fans, ice Trae, ice cold. He was feeling it. Hawks outscored the Knicks by 13 in the third. Then in the fourth, the frustration setting in for New York. Things getting chippy. Hawks up 23. That's Danilo Gallinari. A little elbow in the back there on Reggie Bullock, who didn't like it, and he had to be held back from going after him. And so then coming out of a timeout, that Bullock would be on the bench, and they're going to get the ball to Gallinari, and Julius Randle is going to send a message with a forearm shiver. He would get a flagrant one for that. He wouldn't return after that. He scored 23 with 5 turnovers. Trae Young had 27 points and 9 assists. What's really important is the Atlanta Hawks have taken total control of this best-of-7 series with the great performance of that man, Trae Young. In his first 4 career playoff games, he has created 204 points. He has been simply unstoppable. And again, the Hawks just look like they are definitively the better team. And so let me bring Seth into the conversation on that thought. What are you seeing now through 4 games of a series we thought was supposed to be completely evenly matched?
The Hawks are a better basketball team. They have more ways to score. They have more playmakers, shot makers, and they got Trae Young. And, look, the playoffs are about adjustments, but the Knicks have very few adjustments. The one adjustment, they've got to trap and get the ball out of Trae Young's hands, because if he has the ball in his hands, he's either going to score it or make a play for someone else. But it's the complementary players that really kind of make his game even that much easier, because if you do double him, they can get the ball reversed and have shot makers. The Knicks, what's their offensive adjustment? All right, Atlanta's going to double Randle, all right, and when he kicks it out, who makes a play? They don't have floor gamers or shot makers. This series is over.
I agree with you. The Knicks are a testament to how many regular season games you can win if you just play hard every night, because not everybody does. But when you get into a situation like this, the Hawks are just the better team. And very quickly, just what are we seeing in Trae Young? Again, we just put up that statistic about what he's done in these first 4 games. What is he becoming right in front of our eyes right now?
He's got a PhD in ball screen offense. He's become a junior Steph Curry, quite honestly. His ability to navigate, put his defense on skates. He shoots it with logo range, but it's not the logo range. It's all the other things. The pace that he's playing with. The game is in slow motion to him. He reads all 5 defenders every time he comes off that ball screen. Every single decision you make defensively, he has a solution for. All right, you trap him, he's going to hit the short roller. If you help off the weak side, he's going to skip it and going to knock down threes. All right, his ability to see the defense and make the right play, he's dominated the game from the point guard position, and the Knicks have no solution.
I'm with you. Over the last week and a half, Trae Young has gone from a name everybody knows to a legit NBA star. Meanwhile, let's speak of another star here. Going back to the Lakers, Anthony Davis leaves the game with an injury to the groin, did not return. It didn't look good. If Davis doesn't come back, what happens to the Lakers in what is now a best-of-3 with Phoenix?
Yeah, the Phoenix win. As long as Chris Paul stays healthy, Phoenix will win this series. I mean, Anthony Davis, one of the best players in the NBA, an elite defender. He gets to the free throw line. He changes their DNA. Here's my question. Lakers, you're struggling. One, Drummond out, Gasol in. He can stretch the defense and open up the floor for LeBron James to at least drive it and get to the rim. And what's happened to Montrezl Harrell? He was the 6th man of the year a year ago. He can't get in the game. But here's the deal. If AD doesn't play, this series is over.
Remarkable. We could be that close to the Lakers getting bounced here. So all eyes and ears will be on that injury situation. And Seth, we'll come back to you in just a little bit. That's my Uncle Seth, no relation, Seth Greenberg, with us here. Meanwhile, quickly, back to the NFL.